Howdy howdy my fellow gamers, and welcome back to another game review. This one being Microsoft's critically acclaimed indie game Ori and the Blind Forest, released on March 11th, 2015 and made by Moon Studios. Hey, what do you know? The sequel's launching on the same day just 5 years later. Coincidence? I think not. Illuminati confirmed! With Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming out tomorrow, we figured we'd reminisce about where it all started. We've developed a scoring system that we will use in all future reviews for games based off of the following: story, gameplay, audio, visual, and game length, with a score of 1 to 10 for each category, and at the end we will add up the average, and that will be the total score that we give the game. This way we can fairly score bad games with great attributes, and fantastic games that fell short in some areas as well. Without further ado, let's see if Ori deserves the hype. Starting off with story, Ori and the Blind Forest opens up to a heart-wrenching cutscene that sets the premise of the game. It's gonna hurt. You have to bring balance back to the elements to save the forest and save the lives of those around. Friends may become lost along the way and tragedies may ensue. I can't delve too much into details without spoiling the game, though it has been out for years by now. But I can say it gives a unique twist to a classic told story, and with no dialogue, just subtitles and audio, it really does enrapture you. Just goes to show a good game doesn't need dialogue to be great. Just like Minecraft taught us a great game doesn't need to look good to be good. So though we couldn't tell you too much, we're gonna have to give the story a 10. Trust me. Next we arrive at gameplay. Now Ori is a Metroidvania style platformer with incredibly smooth and responsive controls, which feels fantastic for the platforming sections. The game makes sure you know that when you die, it's definitely on you, and not because of input lag, bad control scheme, or any other standard gamer excuse. The combat is incredibly simple, which works incredibly well considering there were areas where you have to fight and platform at the same time. You can ground pound, bounce projectiles back towards enemies, and fire your own little balls of energy that auto-lock onto enemies so that you don't have to worry about aiming while navigating. I didn't have a complaint about the movement and navigation except in dungeons, but that's all on me and my awful bad reaction times and whatnot. Dungeons are Ori's form of boss fights, where after navigating through a particularly fun platforming section, you have to escape the elements or die. Truly a breath of fresh air. For this category, I'm also going to give Ori a 10. Up to bat is audio, and all I will say is, God damn! Just give this a listen. That's what you load the game to. The soundtrack is just phenomenal, truly a masterpiece and work of art. Up there in my favorite game soundtracks of all time. On top of that, you have just the general audio, the jumping sounds, the adorable grunts Ori makes when hit, the sound of a waterfall as you run by, or the rush of enemy wings as they dive on you. It was all surreal and masterfully done, truly adding to this experience. Audio as well gets a 10. Now we approach visuals, and there's just no denying that this game is gorgeous. The palette of colors, the contrast between light and dark, the vibrancy. Each zone you go through is completely unique, and they don't get boring and blend together. Each one is its own unique beast and instantly identifiable. The glow of Ori is well done. The design of all the characters and enemies, phenomenal. The rustle of leaves, the visual gusts of wind, also very gorgeous in its watercolor style. You guys already guessed it, we're giving visuals a 10. The final category is one that many games struggle with. Games these days are either too short, like Call of Duty or The Order 1886, or far too long for their own good, Alien Isolation and Nier Automata, while other games like Skyrim and Witcher are totally welcome at hundreds of hours. The point is, games need to know and be aware and strive to hit that perfect mark. And wouldn't you know it, Ori and the Blind Forest did. I finished the game at about 19 hours, but that's because I went back and 100%ed it. I got every hidden location, shrine, stone, power-up, all of it, and never felt bored, rushed, or irritated with the grind. From start to finish, I enjoyed every second of Ori and the Blind Forest. There's an achievement to beat the game in under 3 hours, so it's possible to finish it even quicker. And most players will probably beat it in 9 to 12 depending on how much they want to see, like me. Game length receives a 10. In review, guys, Ori blew me away in every aspect. I went in with low expectations because I was unsure how good of a non-AAA title exclusive could be or why it was doing so well in sales, but I learned. I was taught the ways of Ori. We gave Ori a 10 in every category. I don't have a single complaint about this game. It has honestly skyrocketed in my top 10 favorite games of all time, and I cannot wait for Ori to drop tomorrow. We will be live streaming it on Twitch, by the way, so make sure to swing by and check that out. Link down below in the description. Ori and the Blind Forest gets the first ever perfect 10 out of 10 on this channel. Let us know down in the comments below what your thoughts on Ori were, what you liked or disliked about it, and if you're looking forward to Will of the Wisps as well. Feel free to check out the links down below to join the community or check out the merch, and we'll catch you in the next one. And as always, stay freaky.
Go up there! I hate this game! I don't know how I saved that. Come on, baby! Home stretch, I can feel it! Yeah! That's how you do it! Woo! I'm sweating.